To step back from all the baseball content I've been recording today, I think out of respect for the wrestling community, as I think this is probably the first video I've done on my channel in the 10 years I've been on YouTube regarding the passing of a wrestler. All the the videos about someone's death I've done mainly have been baseball. One, of course, non-baseball related, which was Bob Saget recently with his sudden death. But I don't think I've ever done a wrestling one. Now, in my defense, I'm going to continue to remind you guys of this. I am a late bloomer wrestling fan. I did not get to experience wrestling in the days of the Scott Halls, in the days of the Shawn Michaels, the Triple H's, the Stone Cold Steve Austins, the Rocks. I did not get to experience the Attitude Era in its present time. So at times, I hesitate on doing videos like this because I don't feel like I fully, understand what some of these people meant to the business. But after hearing, videos of what people had to say about Scott Hall, I can, at least understand where they're coming from. So the story is, for this video, Scott Hall sadly passed away today at the age of 63. He had just recently had a hip surgery that apparently, had bad, after effects from it. He got a blood clot, suffered 3 heart attacks, and got put on life support. He was taken off of life support today once the rest of his family got there. And of course, at first, when he was still, living like 2 or 3 hours after the life support machine was turned off, people were having hoping that Scott Hall could fight through. He did not, and he passed away early this evening at the age of 63. Sad way to go, definitely, for sure. Now, to me, when I think Scott Hall, as a late bloomer fan, I think, oh, that's the guy. Well, the first thing I always think of is him and Shawn Michaels' ladder matches. The ladder match they had at WrestleMania 10, which was the first ever ladder match in wrestling history. They also did, of course, a rematch at SummerSlam 1995, because at the time, they really had nothing else that was going to, spark the attention. So they went out in a ladder match with the Intercontinental title on the line. Now, here's what I've learned today. You talk about today how people are leaving, people making statements like, the Cody Rhodes, the Bryan Danielsons, the CM Punks, all these other wrestlers who have, who left for greener pastures. Scott Hall was kind of like the first person who did that. Scott Hall, for what I learned, it was the guy who basically, started the whole, invasion stuff and made you wondering. Because as I learned today, too, as a reminder, back when Scott Hall was a big hit, there was no internet. There was no way for people to be looking stuff up on the internet and they think, oh, the rumors are this person's going to be showing up. And when, of course, they show up, you're excited, but, you're just like, ha, I knew it, more instead of like, oh my gosh, he's here. Scott Hall is one of the guys who people say, was one of the best to never be world champion. He knew his worth, and he left WWF when they wouldn't give him what, he thought he was worth net-wise. So what does he do? He goes to WCW, and people don't know if he's really for real there to stay, or, if it's just a temporary thing. It could have been just, just like an invasion angle, but nope, was not the case. He went and started the NWO in WCW, which is a Hall of Fame stable. He was part of the Clique. He of course, was getting part of those ladder matches. The famous Razor's Edge maneuver that I believe Damian Priest has recently used it on Finn Balor when he attacked him after he lost the United States Championship. Scott Hall, for what I've learned today, had a much bigger impact on the wrestling community than people expect. And as someone like me who I continuously say that, I didn't get to, experience it live, I respect that. And I definitely understand how a lot of people, for sure, are definitely, mourning this loss. As again, it was kind of sudden, of course, since, he was just, having just a hip surgery to, help him. Oh, loses blood clots and leads to his death at 63. But, you know, as a late bloomer fan, someone who didn't get to experience much of Scott Hall, I just do want to say thank you, though, to Scott Hall, and pray for him and his family. As to me, it sounds like he did have some sort of impact on the wrestling business, and he's like an unsung hero of wrestling based off of some of the things he was able to accomplish from what I hear. He may have never been a world champion in WWE, but, he became, part of the NWO, one of the best stables, part of the clique. He cuts up pretty darn good promos. And of course, his famous line of, let me pull it up here. Hang on. Where is it? I'll have to go to Daniel Gaiza. I saw him post it. Hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last. But bad guys do. Great promo. Sound like he had a great impact on a lot of people. I knew, I hear Scott Hall, I think big name. I think big star. But, even though I did not get to experience what, what the impact completely, but he had on the wrestling business, I do respect what he did do for the wrestling business. That, if it wasn't done by him at one point, I may not have been a fan of wrestling today. And that is the truth. My thoughts and prayers go out to Scott Hall and his family. Scott Hall passed away today, March 14th, 2022, at the age of 63.